buy this bell. Maybe we can get a nice pop off this fucking bell. See, I'm doing it again. I'm like, why am I buying this pop-off bell? Like, do I want to give my money back? Like trying to scrape. Not necessarily getting this. Check 1 2, mic check. Good morning, good morning out there. How are you all doing? Welcome back. Let me switch over really quick because the bell is opening here. Just right off this bell right here. Let's see if we can catch a nice pop. There, we're gonna do some talking this morning. I think we go up this morning. I'm not necessarily bearish here. I don't want to come off as bearish this morning either. Let's see what we got going on here. We're going to do some... I'm just going to show you something basic here, though. We're going to take a look at a few things. Good morning. Pile in. I'll give it a few minutes. I'll do some chatting here. R1 is 635.72. I'm trying to do some scraping right now. There is a gap we just closed. Be aware, though, that there can be some dispersion going on. And dispersion is dangerous. I hate it. I'll trade it sometimes. Like, I'll get bored and start trading it, but I hate trading it. It's really fast, and you can get caught in it easily. I feel there's more than a feeling. So I've been going back over all of these bull runs, like all of them, in recent memory. We're talking going back to like 2018, every year. And we were supposed to, not supposed to, but this week was supposed to end red, or even start red and finish red, historically. That has not happened. That's number one. Number two, there's a window of no news, no big events today, tomorrow, weekend, and then Monday. We get some bigger reports, though, as we head into like Tuesday, Wednesday. We get a bunch of volatility next week, a bunch of data, that kind of stuff. And what else? When I looked back on the history of these bull runs, even if there was a green week, there was right around now, there's a window of weakness. There really is. On average, there is. And I don't mean like some of the time. I mean like every one I looked at. So I'm not necessarily bearish here in any way, shape, or form, but this move up coincides slightly with some other things we need to know. So number one, for the bull thesis, you theoretically want to keep the bull thesis alive for the time being. And particularly with gamma, that matters. You've got traders that are rolling their calls higher, right? You got a big roll going on to 6,500, or that went on to 6,500. The sooner that traders don't think we're going there, that gamma will no longer matter. So you kind of right now need to dangle the sausage up there. Hey, we're going to 6,500. So that's kind of required. You don't want to be like blooding in it. If traders don't think we can go there, then we're going to get locked in under 30 or 6,400. Can that happen? Sure, but for the moment, we're not quite there yet. So there's that going on. And then also, let's take a look at we'll take a look at a bunch of stuff here. But the next thing that's going on here is I always talk to you about approaching a large gamma bar. And I'll show you this gamma bar here in a minute, but there's a giant gamma bar at 6,400, okay? It's not necessarily like, hey, fuck you, but, you know, it's huge. So we have an attraction to it, right? And we should get either, you know, a failure, a pin, into the end of this week in exchange for money, right? If I have 6,400 calls, I want to get paid for them. You also want to see this break above this 6,400 at some point, but normally we get like a rejection, then we'll hit it, then we'll get above it, you know, and then eventually we throw ourselves up and over it, right? So it is a magnet to some extent as we approach Friday, but there's some dispersion in here as well. Does that make sense? So like you're like up here, right? You're finally tag it, and then you're up and over it, and then there's a little bit of dispersion that takes place thereafter. Does that make sense? So I just want you to now don't look at this chart here and think this is exactly what it's going to look like, but just have this in mind, okay? And I want to show you a few things here this morning, if I can pull this up. And anyway, and the bigger thing here too is that when you go into this kind of dispersion here, right? You come up here, you hit this like 6380, right? Maybe you tag right here, and then maybe you poke your head out, right? The real trade is usually down here to finally like break out, and you can get really cut up in here. You can get trapped in here. You can get cut up. There's a lot of like pain in here from no patience. So just be aware of that. It's there, you know. I'm going to show you one other thing here. If I can pull this up. Hang tight here. There we go. And this is so this big bar right here. This is 6,400. So look at it like this: like you got like boom, closing the calls, right? Hit it, right, and then maybe break above it. And you want to see this too, this action, so that people are rolling their calls higher. And you want this gamma bar above here to become more prominent than this one. And right now it's not. So this is kind of a wall. It's like a temporary wall. And not only that, there's also not a lot of support in here. You see how this support is kind of going away in here? So what that sets up for is, let's say we come up here. Hold on. So you come here and like close some of that out. Kind of have to hold right here, don't we? Right? And there is like there's like a rug pull right here. Does that make sense? So on one of these pullbacks here, all of a sudden you're like sweeping lower, on some unknown vol. Even if you come back, there's this like air gap, air pockets, whatever you want to call it, somewhere in here. So in this here is this last bar right here is 63.50. So let's just take a peek at this really quick. There's kind of like a trap here, you know, 63.50. And that, look where that is. It's right here. So there's a kind of like a trap right here. And I just want you to see this is the local call wall 6400. Right? And in distribution and dispersion distribution or whatever, you're like, you're up here, you know, you're up here, you know, you're up there. And you know, you're building your poop island. But like one of these, you're like, whoopsie, all the way back up, whoopsie, all the way back up, whoopsie, all the way back up. And so if you're a bull, there's a lot of like just danger in here, you know? It's like, oh, danger. You know, you're like just sitting down here waiting for a possible swing low. Let me simplify this for you if you don't grasp this concept. You know, normally you're like, if you can't grasp this concept, nothing goes up and down, right? You know, like power move up, let's say. Then there's some dispersion, right? Power move up, dispersion. Right? Power move up, dispersion. Doesn't necessarily make it bearish. You know, there might be a little drawdown here. That's the smart trader, right? Maybe a little bit of drawdown here. Smart trader. These also offer directional changes too, right? So there's some danger in there. And not only that, there's something else I want to show you here, which is to the goat, right? To Kurt on. I'm not Kurt, excuse me, that's his brother. To Brian Watt. Brian Watts. I'm like, oh, Kurt Watts, but we're talking about Brian Watts, right? And let's look at this right here. This is a simpler version for if you're a newer trader, right? And you're a traditional chartist or whatever. I still watch this stuff. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with watching traditional charting, but let's take a peek at this. We got like two trends here, right? You can see this like trend here, right? Nice big bullish here, down here, and then whoever this asshole is right here, he made some money, didn't he? Right, so you got like 1 sigma move here, right? You got a 2 sigma upside move, 2 sigma downside move, basically, right? Outside the range. When you have an outside the range move, it's usually every 9 sessions. Every 9 sessions, you can usually see some kind of a outside the range move, right? Outside of the norm. So currently we're right here in the middle, right? See how we're right in the middle here? This is Didlet in the middle, a version of Didlet in the middle. And we have a rasher or a gang of, we have no information or very low information reports, volatility. Volatility can be bad and good. But what does volatility do? It gets the market moving, doesn't it? We don't really have a lot of volatility, or none, or not a lot that's known at this point. And we're kind of diddling in the middle, aren't we? We're not quite here. We're not quite here. And you've got that like awesome, you know, outside the range and outside the range. We're not in either of these, are we? And this is where I like to live, right? I like to live up here. I like to live over there. I like to live over here. And I like to live over there. Most traders are scared here. Like 70% of traders are scared here. And 70% of traders are overly bullish here. Right? These are the losers. These are the losers. And in here is where you can really get cut up. You know, you like sit there and you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna like, you know, pump this up here, right? Back down. You know, something like that's possible. I guess that is possible. Then we can chase this up. But I prefer to be selling this down, to be honest with you. I'd prefer to be trading that up, to be honest with you. And we don't really have too many catalysts. If we had more catalysts, I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah, let's, you know, like sort of rip this up. But we don't have that many catalysts. So, and we also have what I told you just a few minutes ago, which was this big giant ass gamma bar, like right here, right? Somewhere in there. You know, so it's like if you're a dealer, you don't want to pay this until it's worthless, right? So we do have this here tomorrow. This is this is tomorrow's close. So if you're a dealer, you know, you're going to tease, you're going to print this, but maybe it's like up here, then it's down there, right? Or it's up here, then it's there in the overnight. You know, maybe it's end of day tomorrow and then some dispersion into the following week. So I'm not necessarily bearish here. I'd prefer to be selling this, prefer to be buying this. And I feel like this is kind of like just a little risky. Or I don't even know if I'd call it a little bit risky. I just like, as a bull, I like to buy shit like this. I love buying I love buying Doom, love buying lows, love buying this. Love it. Fairly hard to get caught up in there. So I'm not necessarily, so I don't want you to think today I'm bearish or anything like that. Just this whole grind thing. I mean, I'd rather just sit up here, man, and be like, you know, ping down, downside, you know, ping upside kind of stuff. So I don't want you to think here that I'm bearish. Let's start with that. I know that this can come off like that, but it's not. So here's SPX Gamma. We are trading higher here. I am expecting today to get up here, you know, get a nice little pump up there. You know, sorry, hold on, that's wrong. Just put this one in here. I don't think I'm necessarily bearish. I think here's the fourth, or 63.80. We'll do this as like a little thing right there. And hold on here. Here's some. Let me make sure I'm on. I don't want you guys to think I'm bearish because I'm not, but I think there's better trades for me at least. So hold on here. What am I looking at here? Where's the pivots? Yeah, that's good. So just like this looks more like dispersion, like up here, up here, up here, up here. You know, just a lot of chop, for lack of a better word. Just be aware of it. Or I'll show you the trigger screen really quick. So you can see this here. Scroll this out. I shouldn't have moved that around. Now I've got us doing this whole like grind up here, right? Like slam it up, right? Come back down, slam it up, back down, slam it up. So not necessarily like bearish or anything like that. I like buying these, like I like being lower. I don't even mind if it's something like this. You come into like Friday or today, tomorrow, and Friday. I still like that. Like I like that like sell in this right here. That's just my own preference. I don't like the idea of this looming supply above it at all times and reversals that take place and that kind of stuff. So it's not my preference. Let's take a peek at this really quick. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I got a big there we go. Let's take a look at this here so you can see it. There's our one right here. You know, it might also have to do with like the length of time that you're long. You know, like you buy these lows and it's just easy money. There's so much room to go up that it's hard to get trapped or caught. I always feel like I get chopped up and then I give a bunch of not all the money, but like I'm giving back like 30% or something like that. I hate giving back money. I hate it. Drives me. I'm like, God damn it! If I had just been chill and relaxed, and, you know, I wait for people running around with their hair and fire up. Someone in the morning asking me, "Are we gonna roll over now?" I'm like, I'm getting fucking long, man. Ching, let's go. And that's been paying off huge. It's been paying off huge. Just been paying off. Just catching those lows. Those closes to the open, when you're on those lows, and you know, like Charlie Sheen is chasing the hole into a close. I love buying Doom. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm not saying we're not going up. I think we are. I just don't like the. I don't like the like. Hey, we're going up, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, straight down. Okay, here we go. Up. Boom, straight down. I mean, it's just me. I don't know what it is. I'm just in protect mode or something. So don't like today, tomorrow. Don't feel like we should be bearish or anything like that. VIX 9-day this morning, we're closing a gap down below at 1157. VIX, I think this is VIX 30-day. We're closing a gap right now on VIX 30-day. We should see VIX rise if we break into that upper channel. That's normal. Not a big deal. What else I got for you? What else I got for you? We should do an after action report as well on both. Let's go look at Google. Let's look at Tesla first. So Tesla yesterday kind of got this right and wrong. Let's look at this here. I kind of feel bad for Tesla here. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I don't actually feel bad for Tesla at all. But here's Tesla, right? We kind of knew it would. We kind of knew it would. We kind of knew, or we not kind of. We knew that the numbers were going to be bad. Numbers were horrible. So they came up here, right? And you're just looking. You got this tick right here. And it was kind of ironic to listen to Financial Juice yesterday, wondering why it wasn't plummeting, going straight down. And it's because no one's short Tesla right now. That's why it's all retail involved in it. Retail loved stock right now. Not a huge like short going into it, but we discussed this though too, right? That you're waiting for that. It held up, and then you're waiting for guidance, and the guide wasn't good either, and that's the problem. You kind of needed some guidance saying we're going to fix this, fix that. You had some really negative stuff coming out sentiment-wise with Epstein bullshit and all that, and it dumped. So, and we knew it would dump. Like, we're like, maybe we'll get a little bit of legs up here, hit that 350, and then start selling down. If there's not a bunch of short interest on it, can get some legs. And Elon has that ability to do that in that situation. So it came a little bit early. We sold a little bit early. The recommend was still to be looking lower at any point to actually get long on Tesla, because you kind of know that they're going to have to drop their guide down for end of year heading into this ER. And this reprices Tesla to a more reasonable, rational dip to buy. So we're hitting our first dip right now. You can see Tesla getting hit. All right, we're hitting our almost our first target right here. A little bit earlier than we expected. We said Friday. Right, so, but we're also looking for one more low down here, 285, to start getting long. So we're pretty close to, these are the known ER buyers right here. The ER trade's almost dead. So these guys down here, if there was an ER trade, like, we're looking for two places here. These buyers, and we're also looking for these buyers right in here. And these buyers should step back in. I want you to know that. These guys are going to step back in and try to buy this up. So I talked to you about this yesterday, which was, I want you to think about these bulls over here and these bulls over here. And you want to be one of those bulls. You want to be watching for these downside moves. If you're a bull, you should want this. This makes me excited. You know, I want you to think about who's excited up here and who's not excited down there. You know what I mean? Be looking for doom to buy. You know, it's a nice discount, isn't it? So there's Tesla on we're gonna look at Google really quick. Let's take a look at Google. Google had a beautiful, gorgeous pump up here yesterday. And I was hoping that we'd get a little bit more legs on this one as well. We got a nice, you know, they got the bullshit down here, right? Trade both, get both sides. We got a nice little pump up here too. Then you're going to expect these guys to come in and try to sell this thing down. And to be honest with you, of both of these tickers, I've had to pick one. It's Google. Their numbers looked great. And you see how they're selling down as well a little bit more supportive. You have a contrast in reports in both of these companies. But it's still, I'm still looking for, you know, some kind of discount. Right? You want to be this guy over here. Or this gal or whatever. You can see the people that make money. They're down here, they're down here, they're down here. And you want them to be down here somewhere, either here or here. You want to be the guy down here, happy, Google, bull. It really does make a difference in not being a FOMO chaser, you know? These guys get, like, these people that are up here, they're always cut up here. They like catch up, finally get a print, but you don't get the print. Boom, slam you down, take all your money. You should always be looking for doom. It's so counterintuitive. As you probably already know, it's very counterintuitive. You'll hear people sometimes, they'll say something like this, like, ticker XYZ won't be moving, right? And then all of a sudden it's up here, and some news will break. So everybody will be like, bro, did you see that? It's up here, bro. It's amazing. And then all of a sudden you get sucked into it, right? Do you remember yesterday when we were trading together yesterday, right? And it was the middle of the day, right? We bought, let's go look back and look at yesterday really quick. So here is yesterday, right? Take a peek here. So yesterday we got long right here, didn't we? Literally. Was this yesterday? Hold on. This gets right. Where is yesterday? Right here. Nope, not wrong one. Right here. There's so many of these yesterday, it wasn't even funny. Right here. This is 11:45, right? So what are we doing yesterday? We're watching price action, right? We're watching the sellers come in at 10, right? Here's 9:30. They came in early yesterday, right? Coming in a little bit earlier, but they came in again right here. You see them? Here's 10. Came in a little bit early here. They came in earlier this week too, but I want to show you this, right? The sellers come in, right? On a high open, right? Bam, downside. We know that 10 a.m. Some volume comes in. There was no down, was there? But it started being bought back up, wasn't it? Bought back up. And you're like, oh, all of a sudden, huh? Going back up again. So that means buyers are here, right? They're not sellers. Right? Just pure price action. Nothing else. Let me come into this 11:30, 11:45, and it's like, hey, we got a series of higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And what did we do? We got long, didn't we? And what happened? It's like 11:45, and all of a sudden, whammo. And we get the news afterwards. After. Hey, bro, we got a trade deal. Do we care? And fuck no. Our calls are literally brrr, right? So big, huge move up, right? So you come up here. Yeehaw, daddy, make a bunch of money. And we watched this closely yesterday, didn't we? And I was like, nah, it's not doing what I want it to do. No new highs, right? Be patient, be patient, be patient, be patient. Yeah, now I'm looking down here to get as deep as I possibly can, right? But then it's turning around, right? Get prior high right here, starts getting bought again. Okay. Oh, really? Nice new look. We got a new high. Buy a tick. Send it back down, come back in, get long, right? Patience, right? Distribution. Calls are worthless. Calls are up fucking 4, 5, 6, 7, 800%. All get sucked back down. Calls cheap again. Get back in again. Whammo, right? So like this patience, right? Trade that matters, whammo to the upside, right? So I want you to think about that with when you hear about ticker XYZ here, you're not a buyer there. You're waiting for it to come back down, or you're already here watching this happen. You're the guy over here watching this happen, and you're like, oh, wow, we're getting discount, bro. And then you're looking for this series of higher highs, higher lows, right? We're going up, starting to be accumulated, and you're just waiting for that hit. And you're the guy already there going, oh, dude, look at, like, you're the guy as we're up here. Instead of being the guy going, oh, look, it squeezed, you're the guy going, here, let me sell into you, regard. You know what I mean? I'm going to sell my calls to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you're back down here again. Whammo. This guy's back over here again. Oh, look, it's up. I'm going to buy some calls. Here, you can have them. Does that make sense? I'm going to sell them to you, sucker. And you're just back down here again. Make sense? So that applies to Google, and they had a great report. Applies to Tesla, bad report, bad guide, guide down, right? So it's not necessarily that it isn't good on Google. It's that you want to be in the right place at the right time. A lot of your day, your weekends, your nights, a lot of your conversation with other traders. If you're a bear, a bull, buy, curious, your sell side, your buy side, whatever it is your thing is, I want you to think about the people that you like out there. Let's say you're like, oh, me and Bob, man, we're good friends, bro. We talk about furry suits on the weekends. We both like marijuana. We both like the color yellow. We both have the same cool lawnmower, whatever it is. We both like to wear dresses. But we get along and we're interested in the same thing, right? Like a trading partner or something like that. And when you make a friends with people and you have a trading partner, I want you to think about the conversations that you guys have. Are you both winning money? Are you both profitable? And what kind of conversations do you have? Are you like chasing? Are you chasing the diamond ring that, or the diamond that's already printed, or are you looking for the uncovered or the unseen diamond? You know, hey man, I'm looking at these two stocks over here. They haven't run yet, but they're in accumulation. I'm just waiting for this event. I'm just waiting for news to pick up. Hey, they got this coming up. So you want to be like there before it happens. You want to be that guy, and you want to have a list of those, a basket of those issues or symbols. And if they start to run, start to pick up, start to break out from a cross of the daily trigger, hourly trigger, a cluster, a back test, there's some doom, right? You start mixing that stuff up, and you really do become profitable. There's when you get those legs going, and you're the guy that's in the way bottom. Everybody's in the on top of you. Like there's an old adage: Wall Street hates chasing. Someone from the street would rather just sit in their fucking hands than chase anything. And there's so many symbols out there. There's so many tickers out there that you find what's right for you, so that you're not just chasing. So I want you to think about that and where we are right now. And I hate chasing, man. I can't stand it. And there's no shame in not chasing. So just be aware of that as well. Okay. Few things. So let's go back here, and we're going to look at this. Happy Thursday, by the way. So we did after action report on Google, on Tesla. Let's do this chart one more time. We get some new information. So let's go. We got some new information. We're going to take a peek at this together. Do this one more time together. We did this yesterday. We're going to do it again today. Let's get a quick peek. See where we are. Good morning, by the way. Hope you're all doing well. Let's take a peek. Month triggers way down here. Whoa. Take that big fat green. 574. I don't think we're going down there anytime that soon. Maybe, but not before. I think it's until after. You're going to get a new monthly candle that's going to be higher than this. That's not going to matter too much. Take a look at a week. Right there. This is what matters right here. This is really what I want to show you here. I want to show you this. So here is 617.02. This is trend. We need to keep this right here. This is the magic number, okay? Today it's 6/17/18. That's your weekly for this week magic number. We got a 4-hour right here. Beautiful 4-hour right here. Oh, no, sorry, that's a daily. Oopsie. Thought I was on a 4-hour bar chart. Go back to a 4-hour. Let's see, we got anything gorgeous in here or not. I'll mute this pivot thing for a minute. Now this is where it gets gorgeous right here. So here's our little island. Our little island in the sky, as David would say, right? Island boy in the sky. 4-hour. This is your intraday stuff. And I'll be honest with you, for this, not for the whole run or anything, but I want you to see that sweep. You know, we're gonna put together a nice, beautiful weekly close on this, but I want you to see between now and Friday. You know, this is a pretty big drop right here, right? If we lose this at any point, all right, elevator down, 6/17. So for right now, we're gonna big old fat green right here, just like that. This is real support right here. It's on the hourly trigger. Come back to the 1-hour. Bought a nice dip down here, gorgeous. This is at 8 a.m. It was bought, right? We have not put an hourly candle in just yet here. It's going to snap that up there. But we have put in an hourly. Awesome. Just took a minute for it to kick in. There's another one right there. Pop this right here. And this is really what we need to know is this zone. We don't need to know anything else right now. We don't care about sweeps lower. We don't care about flushing. We don't care about nothing. All we're going to care about today is this right here. And look at this garbage right here. Right? Like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. Chop, 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 right? This looks like choppy, doesn't it? Chop, chop, chop. Hopefully nice breakout. If you're going to be buying dips, where are you buying dips? This morning I wanted to buy the open. Let's go back to a 1 minute. Right here. Probably heard me on the stream saying that this morning. I was like, ooh, I want to buy this. Why did I want to buy it? Because of this right here. These buyers stepped in, didn't they? Who are these buyers? Who are these buyers? We have 2 overnights, don't we? Get Asia, get some London action, right? We get the Euro close coming up, right? We got 10 a.m. here. We got different markets, right? Now we're in New York, right? We got New York, Asia, London, right? So you got the American or the New York market, buy. Asia's somewhere in here. London's somewhere in here. Somewhere. They don't show the actual after hours on TradingView. And now we're coming into this what? What's happening here? What's happening here? If you're in Asia, you're asleep. If you call your buddy in England, what time is it right now? It's the end of the day, isn't it? What are they doing right here? They're packing it up. Thank you. Made my money for the day. And now you need U.S. to step in, right? New York to step in and buy again, don't you? Dealers are out there. They're going to come find you and I and say, where do you want to buy? Where is that buy if the U.S. is going to buy this morning? Where is it? What's our rules? Down here, isn't it? Down here, isn't it? Big green bar right here. So if New York is going to buy today, where are they going to be? If there are buyers, where are they going to be? We don't know. I don't know. We're going to assume that they're here. We're going to put stops underneath. Right? And if New York doesn't show up to buy today, what happens? Dealer's going to do what? You'll look for the next place buyers were, right? Where was the next place where New York buyers were? Do you know? If Asia's sleeping, London's asleep. All right, where does a New Yorker want to buy? That's you. I don't care if you live in, I don't know, I don't care if you live in Montana. You're a New Yorker. So where were they yesterday? Let's take a look at this. This is Wednesday, right? Wednesday. Let's look at 4 p.m. This is where you were yesterday, isn't it? On the green box. This is where you were as a buyer yesterday, right? So there's a little bit of pain down here, isn't there? You brought it back down here and just sliced through. A little bit of pain down there, huh? If you have a New York buyer here yesterday at 4 p.m., right, where might they step in? Slightly higher, right? You buy, right? We know that if you don't show up here, there's pain there, right? But you still check the next level, right? See if they're here. If they are no longer here, we tend to roll, don't we? Pretty hard. So there's your poop island, huh? Right? You get your poop island. Strength, strength, strength. So we kind of know something, don't we? Kind of know that this is where support is, isn't it? We're going to assume, not expect, assume that buyers are here. They're likely going to be sitting on this 30-minute trigger, this hourly trigger. So what we want to do is this, be patient. We want to be patient, right? And what are we looking for here? What's the plan here? The plan is we want to see price come down, right? And show a bounce, right? So they get the bounce, right? And then show a new high. And that is pointing, that's just like candlesticks, nothing else. You know? Hey, look at that, they showed up. Oh, wow. Showed up again. Actually, I should do that a little bit. Bounce, right? Bounce slightly higher, right? Woohoo! And all of a sudden, you're like, hey, the buyers are still here, bro. Look at that. They bounced. They came in even higher, right? And now they're, what? Taking out that prior high right there. So you're like, oh, wow, the buyers are here today. So you're starting to get some confirmation, aren't you? Just candlesticks are telling you to get long, and you're not what? You're not just like sticking your thing in the wind. You're not assuming. You're looking for some proof of life. And you're not getting lied to by Bookmap. You're not getting lied to by your friends. You're not just making an uneducated, you're just assuming that the buyers are there. You're looking for some price action to tell you that they're here still. Even when we have an expectation that we're going to go higher. Hey, he drew this big thing, right? He drew this, he drew that, he drew that. We're all going up there. That's the expectation. But then you want to watch that price action. Hey, look at that bounce, bro. Oh my God, we got a new high. All right, I'm going to get on it now. Let's get the super ramp to the upside. Right? So patience is the key. Patience matters more. Or not matter more, but patience is kind of the thing that it separates a winning trader from a losing trader. If there's a better way to look at it. So let's go back and look at one important part here. I want you to remember this right here that we drew in earlier. This one right here. Right? Same thing. We know where the sellers are, right? Traditional chart and where the sellers here. We know we're in the middle of trend right now, too. We know that there's a higher trend. We know that there's a higher trend up there, right? We can break up here and start trading that. We know we're in the middle right now. We know that, hold on here. We know there's a higher trend. We know there's a lower trend. So we know a couple other things too, right? If we blast down here for a minute, not a big deal, is it? So one low does not mean we're rolling over either, does it? So if we came down here, so we know this is this trend. There's another trend down there. We know there's a bigger trend up there. Oh, sorry. That looks like shit. Sorry about that. Kind of stuck in the middle, right? So if we go down here, whoa, right? And then back up. Buy the dip. Right? We know if we come back down here, we start collapsing. We ain't buying none of that, are we? We want to see that nice new high, right? New high, get long. We're out of here. Just some quick trading rules. Move this over right here. Would love to buy that personally. We got the rest of the world going to sleep. Buyer stepped in. Check that out. Slightly higher than 4 p.m. yesterday. Okay, so what are we looking for? Let's give some expectations. We got 10 o'clock, then we got what, 12 p.m.? We know that we get flows in at 12, in and around there. We also have the close of today. That's 1600. We're going to have some expectations, and we're going to have some targets, and we're going to have some stops. Go back to an hour. We'll keep this nice and simple for today. We're going to say this right here. Here's 9:30, right? 9 a.m. Here's 10 a.m., 9:30. We're going to say just like this. We pinged out that one right there. We're going to go, there's 10 a.m. Right there, 6:37. Fairly easy, right? We're going to go back to a 1 minute. This looks kind of wonky in a 1 minute, but right about there. 10 a.m. You can bring this over there if you want. It doesn't really matter. And there, right up there if you want. That's even better, just like that. You got this for the close. Can this come earlier? Sure. We're in business now, aren't we? And we know something else, don't we? We know that the 4 p.m. buyers yesterday were here. We're going to expect them to be slightly higher, which they should be right about here. And they stepped in. They bought. So we know that the bulls are here. We also know that there's potential for buyers or sellers over here, depending upon where price is. So here's your first real buyer, right? So we're going to look for this buyer here. Come in, hold this, make a new high. We'll see if we can catch that and catch a new high right there. Nice new high. That's gorgeous. Oh, that's the first high. This is your second. That's your impulse move right there. We're going to try to break that one right over there. We're going to look at something else here, too. We're going to look at some pivots. Hey, look at that R1 right there. And we're going to use time, too. So this is 10:30. Right? There's 10:30. Let's look for that right on the half an hour. Look at this one over here at 11:30. Sometimes it'll stall. We can push it over. There's 11. Look for that one right there. We also know that what? We also know that we'll oftentimes fail. The first time we go up there. And we know where trend is, right? We know where the upper trend's right there. So we're going to go right about there. Get rid of that one. And we're in business now, right? Now, what are we buying for this trade? What are we buying for this trade? Hold on a second here. Oh, you guys can't see this? Down there? Where? Right there? There? What did I do wrong? Okay. Oh, you got, oh, my drawn stuff you guys can't see. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. God damn it. I'm telling you guys stuff off screen, aren't I? God damn it. So we're in business here, right? Not so fast. You've got this right here. Here is what you think is bottom, right? You have your first move higher, right? You want to see the second move get beaten. Your first move, this is the impulse. Boom, I just broke out from them. These guys are now scared. They're like, oh, God damn it, he broke out, right? And you should be Johnny on the spot in here. This is where you're getting long with stops underneath, okay? Sorry about that with the what you guys are watching right now. This always seems to happen to me. Like over here talking and shit, and there's like chat box in the way and too much shit on the screen. So let's watch this closely here. Remember the 1 minute trigger. Let's see how this goes. It doesn't normally climb. It trades sideways and up. It's called the